Good morning. I just wanted to do a short video. This is the Sydney Herald Morning, and it reads, marijuana stocks skyrocket, set to lead world after export approval here in Australia. So, Australia's emerging medical cannabis sector says it's set to dominate the global market after the federal government approved their therapeutic marijuana product for export. This article is links below, and it's been updated since the 4th of January. But Thursday's decision prompted an extraordinary investor rush on the ASX-listed Australian cannabis producers, with some stocks jumping more than 50% here in Australia. Let's have a look. Health Minister Greg Hunter said export license for medicinal cannabis products would improve the viability of domestic producers, thus securing supply for Australia patients. AusCann shares soared 53% to $1.26. There's that company there, AusCann, adding to it another $120 million to the company and market value. There was also significant gains in Bod Australia, another one there. Cann Group, there's that Cann Group again, the Hydroponics Company, and Creso Pharma. So you can see there's a few there. The Health Minister Greg Hunt hopes Australia can be the world's top supplier of medicinal cannabis. AusCann's managing director, Elaine Darby, said allowing exports would see AusCann grow to a commercial scale quicker and lead to a more cost-effective product for patients. AusCann, which listed on the ASX in February, would start producing products to treat chronic pain, chemotherapy, induced nausea and childhood epilepsy this year, with exports starting as soon as late 2018. We are one of the biggest producers in the opiate space, and we do have such high quality standards when it comes to producing pharmaceuticals. We're very well known and respected for that. We are one of the biggest producers in the opiate space, and I think we can really become the leader in this area too. So that's the Cann Group Executive, Peter Crock. Peter Crock, Chief Executive Officer of the Cann Group, which has a research and cultivation centre in Melbourne that provides medication to Victorian children with epilepsy, said exports would immediately open the door to commercial viability. He said the Cann Group would now go ahead with plans to plant 16,000 to 20,000 square meters of cannabis plants this year, up from 600 square meters it currently has. AusCann Managing Director Elaine Darby. We know there is a global shortage of medicinal cannabis, and that is going to continue for some time, and that's where we're going to focus. Canada is one of the global leaders in medicinal cannabis production, but Mr. Crock said it would become an export market given recreational marijuana use will be legalized there this year, possibly leading to shortages. Health Minister Greg Hunt, here's a picture. Allowing medicinal cannabis here in Australia to produce exports would help the developing domestic market to grow. AusCann has been working on the assumption that it had a potential target market of 3 million Australians who suffer chronic pain. The potential market was now being blown wide open. Ms. Darby said, with around 7 to 8% of adults suffering from neuropathic pain worldwide. Ms. Darby said large markets like Germany were currently being supplied only by Canada and the Netherlands. Chris McDonald, Principal Investment Advisor at Morgan's Chatswood, said it was positive policy change, but the investors should look carefully at how it will affect each of the ASX skyrocketing pot stocks. It's important for us to have a look through and assess how this affects their ultimate revenue. That's what should underpin their share price and market capitalization. We're seeing a growing recognition of the medical benefits that underpins the long-term opportunity for Australia to leapfrog countries like Canada to become one of the primary exports globally, and doing what we do very well, which is grow very, very high quality agricultural products. The federal government legalised patients' access to Australian grown and manufactured medicinal cannabis in 2016, while states and territories have their own legislation controlling its prescription use. The Federal Health Department says 350 patients have accessed Australian-grown medicinal cannabis products. However, there are some concerns doctors are reluctant to prescribe the products. Mr. Hunt said it would be a condition of export license that products are made available to Australian patients first if there is a local shortage. So that was from the Sydney Morning Herald. You can click on the link below to read that article, and that was by Mr. Patrick Hatch. Okay, click on the link below if you're wanting to know some more information about CBD oil. And thanks for watching. It's Frazer Goodman from hempgoldcoast.com.